Fernando Alonso, one of Formula One's greatest ever drivers. 2 Drivers' World titles, 296 races, 293 race starts, 32 victories, 22 poles, 97 podiums. The 2005 and 2006 champion is nearing the end of his career, a career synonymous for the tagline, the wrong place at the wrong time. After leaving Renault in 2006, Fernando would arguably have the most frustrating season of his Formula 1 career in 2007, fighting against rookie Lewis Hamilton. The McLaren stay would only last for that one season, and in 2008 he would move back to Renault. Crashgate occurred, and Fernando would be on his way to Ferrari in 2010. An up and down time at Ferrari, with the 6th place finish in his final season with the Scuderia, meant an exit for Fernando back to McLaren, of all places. Enduring 3 full seasons now with McLaren Honda, in 2018 Fernando has given the team one last chance to give him a World Championship winning car. But then what happens? What is the future of Fernando Alonso? So the first question we need to ask when tackling the future of Fernando Alonso is, how long does the 2 times world champion have left in Formula 1? 3 very, very difficult years with McLaren, and McLaren must deliver this season if they want to keep Fernando for 2019. But is there anything after the McLaren journey? Fernando is looking for that 3rd world championship, but if Ferrari, Mercedes can't offer him that world championship winning car, yes, McLaren could, but it still looks a long way off, or that car and that project looks a long way off from winning a world championship. So will Fernando want to stay another season? He's already had enough of reliability issues, and this year with Renault it seems to have improved tremendously. But by the time 2020 comes around, Lando Norris, as I imagine, will be the GP2 world champion by then. He will be ready for Formula 1. Van Dorn will be ready to lead, and Alonso will be ready to leave. Last season, Fernando competed in the Indianapolis 500. The reason for this was the hunt for the elusive Triple Crown of motorsport. The Triple Crown consists of a win at the Monaco Grand Prix, the Indy 500, and a win at the 24-hour Le Mans. Fernando has won the Monaco Grand Prix twice, both in 2006 with Renault and for 2007 with McLaren. Last year with his first ever attempt at the Indy 500, and this season in 2018, Fernando will attempt his first ever Le Mans 24 hours. It appears to the public and to myself that Fernando's true passion now doesn't lie with Formula 1, but lies in his passion for racing, his passion to win, and his passion for this Triple Crown. The Triple Crown has only ever been won by Graham Hill, and perhaps Fernando sees it as an opportunity to win something that only one other driver ever has, and to prove he is still the best driver in the world. Last year's Indy 500 running for Fernando didn't go the smoothest. An engine blew up late on in the race after Fernando was leading at certain parts of that race. He also competed in the Daytona 24 hours earlier on before the 2018 season, but once again he seemed to lack the pace and the speed needed for the 24-hour race. However, he also had teammates such as Lando Norris, who had also never participated in an event like the 24-hour Daytona, and so it's still very early on and very hard to judge how well he will do in this year's 24-hour Le Mans. So, will this hunt for the Triple Crown define Fernando's career? Is it what he's going to do after Formula 1? And the safe option is yes, of course he will. Does this mean he'll do a full season of IndyCar? I think yes. I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing to say. I think it's the most likely thing that will happen after Formula 1. Currently in 2018, not only is Alonso doing a full season of Formula 1, but he's also doing a full season of the World Endurance Car Championship, which includes 24-hour Le Mans. So if he can tick that off as quickly as possible, that might mean that'll encourage him to stay in Formula 1 a bit longer, but it'll push him even closer to IndyCar, even closer to a full season there, even closer to the Indy 500. Knowing Fernando as we all do, I can see him going late into his 40s racing. Racing is his passion, racing is his life. So don't be surprised if he goes, for example, Japanese Super Formula, NASCAR, even the World Rally Championship, even Formula E. All things I can see Fernando relishing the opportunity to show his talents in a series where car isn't everything. I know Formula 1 car isn't everything, but it is a majority. And I think we'd all love to see Fernando fighting at the front. And I think it's the safe option and the clear option for him once he leaves Formula 1. I imagine, like I said, this will take him to his late 40s, to his end of his racing career, but I'm pretty sure 2 Formula 1 World Championships, 1 Triple Crown, I think anyone would be happy with that, and Fernando, I'm pretty sure, would be proud of his racing career. Life after racing. Some drivers hide, never to be heard of again. Others become broadcasters. Others keep on racing. Others become team principals. People sometimes wonder, what does Fernando do in his downtime? This, the Fernando Alonso Karting School. Fernando's own academy for future world champions, his own academy for training youngsters, getting them into Formula 1, building their passion through his passion, the passion of racing, the passion of winning. The Fernando Alonso Karting School has been going for roughly 3 seasons now, and it was announced this weekend in China that Fernando would be expanding his karting school throughout the world. It's primarily based within Spain, but as of next year, a 3-year project will begin on expanding the karting school throughout China and Asia, with a plan to build 40 karting tracks across the continent. It's clear that Fernando has a true passion in not only racing, but in developing future stars, future world champions. And so for me it makes perfect sense that after Formula 1, not only does Fernando continue the karting school, continue developing the future, I can see him starting and running his own team. This was a question posed to me in one of my Formula 1 weekly mailbox videos, and it's something I've been thinking about for some time. I think it makes total sense. Yes, I think he could start off much like a Flavio Briatore, bringing up drivers, managing them, developing their talents, but why can't he run his own team? And if not his own team, why can't he run a team like Renault, like McLaren? It's all a possibility. We've even seen ex-drivers do this before. Look at Lauda, look at Prost. Why can't Fernando be the next one? And so to answer the question, what is the future of Fernando Alonso? I think we've answered it. A couple more seasons in Formula 1, the hunt for the Triple Crown is on, and then Fernando F1 team is a possibility.